clear that this is where we draw the red line. Prime Minister Trudeau spoke of credible allegations, whatever that means, but nothing came off in terms of concrete evidence. And now we believe that due to vote bank politics, and only because he's under public pressure from the public inquiry report of interference of China into Canadian politics, which he perhaps doesn't have an answer for, he has now endangered the security of our diplomats. And India, certainly not a new India, a Mazboot India, is certainly not going to take it lying down. For far too long, we have tolerated Canada becoming a land where you are promoting extremism against India, you're promoting things which are against the integrity of India, you're promoting celebration of the killing of a Prime Minister of India, you're promoting targeting of minorities in Canada who belong to Indian origin, you have promoted and pandered to Khalistani elements, and we have drawn the red line very clearly. And Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister, should realize that what he is doing is endangering our Indian diplomats, and we are not going to take it lying down. As far as in the back home the political system is concerned, that we will deal with. It is already known that from President Trump to whether it is President Putin, all of them have seen that Prime Minister Modi does not allow Indian interests to be compromised. I think the entire world acknowledges that. We are certainly not going to be begging in front of any foreign international platform saying that come and fight our battles. We are capable enough to fight our own battles, and we are telling Canada in plain and simple terms, you're doing this for vote bank politics, you're doing it because you have no answers to give about the interference of China in your politics, and therefore this is a petty and lame attempt to divert attention.
Gaurav Arya, when Trump's video went viral while he was describing a private conversation that he had with Prime Minister Modi, many mocked Prime Minister Modi and said that, look, this is nothing but PR stunt by both sides. What do you think this diplomatic messaging is?
I don't think it's a PR stunt. Trump is known for speaking. Sometimes not thinking and speaking, but generally speaking his mind. He does that very often. So I don't think this is any sort of PR stunt. As far as this particular issue between India and Canada is concerned, you see there are two factors here. Like Shehzad very rightly pointed out, and also Mr. Brahma Chellaney earlier, that, there has been foreign interference in Canada. And who's to blame for that? That isn't true. He's the minister, he's the boss. He needs, India is doing this and that. So as I mentioned before, where is the evidence? Put it out in public. Put it out in public. This is a very serious matter. Somebody is sending a hit squad to another country. Call all the embassies, call all the high commissions in Canada, have a massive meeting there and give everybody that evidence and say that, hey, India has done this. Call out India's bluff, or whatever India has done for that matter. Do that. And number two, what I'd like to mention here is, we need to stop calling them Khalistani terrorists. Anybody who carries a Canadian passport or an American passport, American in terms of Pannu, and Pannu is also a Canadian citizen, by the way, we need to call them not Khalistanis, but a Canadian terrorist or an American terrorist, because that is what they are doing. They don't understand. They're saying freedom of speech in Canada. It's not about freedom of speech in Canada. You can do whatever you like in Canada. Who cares? The problem is that these people have made things inside India, and they control the mafia, they control drug trade, killings. They do contract killings here. They do hawala. They do illegal immigration. Today, Canada is in the throes of a massive crisis. And most of that is immigration. It is unbridled immigration into Canada. Okay. There is anybody comes, they give asylum, and then they say that there is violence in Canada. Of course,
well said. New Delhi has called off Trudeau's bluff. But Mr. Chellaney, you have the last word on the show, sir. This is not just an ordinary message to Canada. What are the takeaways for the world? Who are watching this?
I think first, India needs to tell the world that the fundamental issue between Canada and India is Canada's tolerance of Sikh separatist activity that amounts to international terrorism, and that Canada has a history, a long history of tolerating Sikh terrorist activity that resulted in the Air India bombing of 1985, killing all 329 people on board. That bombing happened after Trudeau's father turned down India's request for extraditing a Sikh militant who 2 Canadian inquiries later identified as the
Right.
mastermind of the Air India bombing. So Canada has a long record of shielding and sheltering Sikh terrorists.
Right.
And today, under Justin Trudeau, that is the main issue. That is the key issue that needs to be highlighted. Even today, you have elements in Canada who publicly are naming Indian diplomats as fair targets for assassination.
Absolutely, you said
Bill,
it, sir.
Bill Boats,
they have a
Bill
free
Boats-
run under Trudeau, and that must end. Otherwise, India, rightly so, has drawn the red line. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us on Times Now. We're taking a short break. The news are with Navika Kumar on the other side.